Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson have reportedly pushed their long-simmering feud beyond verbal sparring with an alleged airport incident that has stunned the boxing community. This time, it wasn't just trash talk. People familiar with the situation claimed the encounter became so heated that it nearly erupted into a full-scale fight inside a crowded airport terminal. Several individuals who say they witnessed the scene allege that tensions boiled over after Shakur Stevenson made deeply offensive remarks about Teofimo Lopez's father, comments that were seen as crossing a serious boundary. The reported clash is said to have taken place while both fighters were en route to New York ahead of their scheduled press conference, making the situation even more volatile given the already hostile relationship between the two undefeated stars. An individual who claims to have witnessed the moment later described how Shakur allegedly walked past Teofimo and his father before suddenly stopping, turning back, and saying something that instantly changed Teofimo's demeanor, with his expression reportedly shifting as if he'd been provoked beyond tolerance. According to that account, whatever was said was severe enough to trigger an immediate reaction from Lopez. That description has since spread rapidly online, fueling intense speculation among fans who are trying to understand what was said and how close the situation came to becoming physical. While the exact words attributed to Shakur have not been confirmed, people familiar with the matter suggest the remark was highly personal and impactful enough to push the usually composed Teofimo past his breaking point.
His last fight, Cepeda. His last fight. You don't know how many people are talking about.
Within hours of clips reportedly surfacing online that appeared to show security stepping in to keep the fighters apart, Teofimo's camp released what many fans view as their version of events. People close to Team Lopez claim Teofimo privately expressed that the situation had nothing to do with championships, paydays, or status, insisting the issue began when his father was insulted directly, something he considered unacceptable and personal. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson's side has largely avoided addressing the exact claims, though insiders indicate they are presenting a very different account regarding how the encounter unfolded and who initiated the confrontation.
I want to be the best. So when I see certain guys out there, and I seen Teo his last fight, I was there front row, and I'm like, damn, this dude is like... he's like a baby Roy, like he's like doing things with his hands down, flashy. I thought it was cool, so it kind of made me want to get in a ring with him and see if he could do them things against.
Someone said to be connected to Shakur Stevenson's circle later claimed that Teofimo and his father had been making aggressive remarks for weeks and that Shakur was simply answering what had already been said publicly, adding that if they weren't prepared for retaliation, they shouldn't have provoked it in the first place. That explanation has drawn attention because only days earlier, Teofimo Lopez Sr. was reportedly issuing confident statements about how his son would handle Shakur inside the ring. Many observers now believe Stevenson chose to respond in a deliberately personal manner, and doing so directly in front of Teofimo's father at the airport appeared to be a strategic attempt to provoke a reaction. Since news of the alleged incident emerged, the boxing world has been sharply split, with some supporters backing Teofimo's response, while others argue he reacted exactly the way Shakur intended.
I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier, he said, Teo never lost to a southpaw. Well, I never lost to an orthodox. So, it ain't no different, but...
the difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you gotta show it.
People who claim to closely monitor both fighters online say the hostility between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson has been intensifying for months, with exchanges becoming more personal over time. One industry figure, speaking anonymously, allegedly remarked that those around the situation expected a confrontation sooner or later and were less shocked that it happened at all than by the fact it unfolded in an airport rather than during a formal face-off. Many observers believe the remarks directed at Teofimo's father were deliberately chosen, since his close bond with his dad and strong sense of family are well known throughout boxing. Sources further suggest Shakur Stevenson had carefully analyzed Teofimo's temperament and understood exactly how to provoke him, using that knowledge to disrupt his composure ahead of their highly anticipated matchup.
You mistake me for Bud.
But
I was cheering for you, bro.
Who you ain't you?
I was cheering for you.
You were?
Yeah, for sure.
I bet.
I wanted you to win so I could be the person who beat you.
What's the issue between you and
For
Bud?
sure.
I'm gonna give you your first loss.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I promise you not.
All right, bet.
Y'all being too nice up.
Shakur's goal was to provoke Teofimo emotionally, believing that a fighter driven by anger is more likely to make costly errors, especially when reacting out of loyalty to his family. That perspective has taken on greater weight following reports from the airport incident, which many now view as evidence of how effective that mental strategy can be. What has unsettled fans most are the claims about what occurred in the moments before security supposedly stepped in. Individuals who say they observed the entire scene allege that Shakur first walked past Teofimo and his father with a confident expression, then turned back and made a remark meant to humiliate. One nearby witness claimed Shakur mocked Teofimo Sr.'s credibility as a trainer and suggested his son would prove that point in the ring on January 31st, all while appearing amused by the reaction he was provoking.
That was crazy, man. He talked crazy about black people. He talked crazy about Puerto Ricans. Man, he gonna pay for it. He gonna pay for it January 31st. It's time to show him what the level is. I don't think he realized what the level is, so I can't wait.
While none of these alleged remarks had been confirmed by official sources, the repeated accounts from several people claiming to have witnessed the scene are drawing significant attention. Reports indicate that Teofimo didn't stop at words. He reportedly advanced toward Shakur before his team intervened. Observers familiar with boxing suggest Lopez appeared genuinely prepared to confront Shakur on the spot, despite the potential legal fallout. One source, claiming first-hand knowledge, said Teofimo managed to break free from someone holding him back and came within a few feet of Shakur, at which point roughly 5 or 6 individuals stepped in and airport security arrived. The specificity of these eyewitness accounts has made the episode feel remarkably tangible to fans, many of whom are now scouring for video evidence of the confrontation.
The things that Teofimo is coming out with, I don't think Shakur knows even what to say or reply to it. I wouldn't even want to repeat the stuff that he's saying, but he's making some really, really fruity comments. But I suppose that's one way to get in your...
Social media has been overflowing with reactions, ranging from shock to excitement, as fans debate the alleged airport incident, and the boxing community's emotions have been running high. One user reportedly posted, "If Shakur actually disrespected Teofimo's father like that, he's lucky security stepped in. Teo doesn't mess around when it comes to family. This fight just turned into a war." Another fan expressed skepticism, claiming, "This feels like a staged publicity stunt. Perfect timing right before the press conference. People aren't buying it." Still, those who believe the reports argue that certain specific details make the episode appear genuine, suggesting it's too precise to be a mere promotional ploy.
Now put me to the test and put all those attributes and all the things that I learned from every fighter that I face to now put it on display against Shakur Stevenson. And that is what I'm looking more forward to than anything else. Everybody else, listen, it's just horse shit, excuse me.
A dedicated boxing fan reportedly questioned the situation, saying, "Why would Teofimo risk legal trouble at an airport just for a publicity stunt? That doesn't add up. Clearly, things got out of control, and now both sides are scrambling to shape the story." This split in opinion highlights a larger debate. Was this a genuine eruption of tension or a calculated promotional move that escalated too far? The timing of the alleged airport clash has sparked intense discussion in the boxing world, especially since it amplifies the hype for their upcoming showdown. According to reports, the incident took place on January 2nd, just weeks before Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson are set to meet at Madison Square Garden on January 31st, making the dramatic timing appear strikingly convenient as fight promotion heats up.
Fight between Stevenson and Lopez. What a fight.
Who wins that?
Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him. I've heard him on the pod. He bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit.
This is genuine tension between two proud fighters. No one instructed them to clash at the airport. And if anything, this situation causes problems for everyone around them. Despite ongoing skepticism, fans continued debating whether the episode reflected true emotion or a staged effort to boost pay-per-view sales. Sources close to Teofimo's camp allege that the champion has told associates he has no regrets about how he reacted to Shakur's insult. One purported member of Team Lopez reportedly said Teofimo stated he would do the same thing again tomorrow if Shakur disrespected his father. He doesn't care about fines, suspensions, or consequences. Family always comes first.
He does after the Brian Norman, but Shakur, it's all there. But I didn't focus on him. I was focused on what's next, trusting my power team, trusting on my team and what can do and who could we fight next. Shakur decided, he initiated, let's go up to...
These alleged remarks have struck a chord with fans who admire fighters defending their families, regardless of the professional fallout. On the other side, Shakur Stevenson is reportedly handling the aftermath in a very different way. Sources close to his camp claim he has been suggesting that Teofimo's reaction demonstrates he has already gained the upper hand psychologically even before they step into the ring. One insider, allegedly familiar with Shakur's mindset, said he sees this as ideal. He provoked the exact response he wanted. Teo is now emotional, angry, and not thinking clearly. That's precisely how Shakur wants him for fight night. This perspective has led analysts to question whether the airport confrontation, whether it was premeditated or spontaneous, may have ultimately worked more in Shakur's favor than anyone else's.
Shakur Teo.
On that one right there, I feel like that's going to be a good fight. As far as skill-wise, as far as Shakur actually being there with somebody who got some finesse and can punch. Outside of just being a puncher, he can actually box, he can fight.
Perhaps the most startling detail in this saga involves what airport security reportedly discovered when reviewing surveillance recordings. Sources familiar with the investigation claim the cameras captured the entire episode from several angles, including audio of the exchange. One alleged security official, speaking anonymously, reportedly stated, "The footage makes it fairly clear who spoke first and who initiated the aggressive move. Whether it ever becomes public, however, is a completely different matter." These claims have sparked a frenzy online, with fans urging someone to release the footage to finally clarify what really took place. Observers also note that both fighters were reportedly fortunate airport authorities chose not to press criminal charges. Sources suggest the absence of legal action was due to both camps cooperating with security and the fact that no punches were thrown before the situation was brought under control.
You know this nigga can fight, right? Cool, like, nah, bro, I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we all excited about the fight, bro. Like, we all know it's at stake. Like, we've been knowing Teofimo since we was 12.
Sources familiar with the matter claim that the alleged insult toward Teofimo's father didn't emerge out of nowhere, but rather built on a series of previous remarks. Allegedly, Shakur Stevenson had been questioning Teofimo Lopez Sr.'s qualifications as a trainer for weeks through interviews and social media. One boxing journalist reportedly commented, "Shakur has been claiming that Teo Sr. is holding his son back and that Teofimo would benefit more from a true professional trainer. He's been making this point for a while now." These ongoing criticisms are said to have reached a tipping point when Stevenson allegedly directed his remarks straight at Teofimo with his father present. Many observers believe it was the public and confrontational nature of the comments at the airport, not just the content itself, that provoked Teofimo's intense reaction.
Shakur is a very talented, skillful, technique fighter.
Yeah.
You know, can't take anything away from it.
However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world.
Are you saying that off of the last fight or just...
The airport's rapid response to the alleged confrontation has become nearly as talked about as the incident itself. Sources claiming to have seen the intervention report that around 8 officers reportedly arrived within roughly 90 seconds of the altercation beginning. One alleged eyewitness said security moved incredibly fast. One moment they're face-to-face shouting, and the next they're separated by a wall of officers. That swift action is credited with preventing what could have escalated into a far more serious situation, with possible legal repercussions for both fighters. According to sources, authorities allegedly warned Teofimo and Shakur that any future incidents at airports or other transit locations would result in immediate consequences.
Saying that you got more to prove and that the lights is too bright for you. What do you feel about that? Man, I don't believe in pressure. Pressure either make diamonds or bust pipes. And at the end of the day, I'm a diamond, so I've been shining my whole career. It's not going to stop now. The same guy you did.
A source reportedly close to the situation claims both fighters were effectively instructed to avoid each other until fight night, with any interactions before January 31st required to take place only at official promotional events under proper security. As both camps gear up for what is shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated bouts of early 2026, the alleged airport clash has intensified the already volatile atmosphere. Sources further indicate that the New York State Athletic Commission is reportedly keeping a close watch on the situation and may enforce extra security measures for the January 31st showdown.
Most overrated boxer right now.
Most overrated boxer right now.
You could go all time, I guess, if you wanted to.
I'll just say it. I think Shakur Stevenson, who I'm going to be facing. I think he's overrated.
As the boxing world digests the reports of this alleged airport confrontation, the central question remains unresolved. Did it truly occur as multiple sources claim? And if it did, how will it affect the highly anticipated fight on January 31st? Without official surveillance footage or confirmed statements from either camp, much of the narrative remains based on alleged eyewitness accounts. What is indisputable, however, is that 2 top-tier fighters are heading toward one of the biggest matchups of 2026, and the tension between them has clearly escalated to unprecedented levels.
Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think so, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like...
Whether Shakur Stevenson actually insulted Teofimo's father at the airport as reported remains unverified, but the tension between these 2 fighters is undeniable. For now, both Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson need to channel their focus into preparing for a showdown that could define their careers and finally settle their ongoing rivalry. That wraps up today's coverage. For the latest updates on news, highlights, and major events in the boxing world, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss premium content like this. Until next time, peace.